Hey everyone, I'm Andy Timoner, director of Dig, and We Live in Public and some other films. And I'm here today with the Von Gray sisters. They're known as Von Gray. We're at the Paste House shooting for Paste and Sennheiser. And it's so great to have you guys in town.
Oh yeah, we're excited.
I was so looking forward to it because I'm lucky enough to be filming with them the next couple days.
Yeah.
So we're just starting our adventure right now. And since I need a refresher on names anyway and ages, I'm going to try. I'll give it my best. Okay. This is Fiona Von Gray, 15 years old.
Nice.
Annika, 16.
Yes.
How am I doing?
Very well.
12 years old. And Petra. What a beautiful name. And Catherine on the end, holding up with 18.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the elder, the elder statesman of this gang.
Yep.
So you guys are, I mean, you grew up in Atlanta, yes?
Yeah, we've been there since 2000 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been playing music since you were 5 years old?
5
years old.
Yeah, it's been a while.
But you probably, they had you on something at 2 or something, right?
Not quite.
No, 5 is the
5
start
is
date?
that's the age, yep.
Okay, and who determined that? Is that mom?
My parents, yeah. I think the reason we started was kind of for like brain developmental purposes with the classical music actually, so that's kind of why we got started.
You know, they say that really does actually fine-tune your brain.
I know.
And things like, and also like, you know, more pop or rock versions like the Mahavishnu Orchestra, if you've heard that. And so what were you listening to? Because you really have a distinctive sound. It's sort of like a modern bluegrass, right?
Cool. Yeah,
like
sort of.
Bluegrass?
Cool. Yeah.
What do you call it?
I don't know. I mean, we call it like alternative folk music. Changes every day, depending on our mood.
And I've heard you compared to Mumford & Sons.
Yeah, we've heard that a couple times.
That's not a bad comparison.
Not at all. We're not complaining.
But who are you listening to?
I mean, we grew up listening to a really big variety of music. Like my dad was a big Talking Heads, Crowded House kind of fan. So we listened to that, and I mean, I'm a big like Jethro Tull fan. So we have a bunch of random.
Jethro Tull? Seriously?
Yeah. So we have some random influences in there, but yeah, I mean, we kind of mix it up a little bit. We listen to R&B a little bit also because we're from Atlanta, so you got to get that in there a little bit.
That groove going.
Yeah.
And how is Atlanta in terms of a scene? We were starting to talk about that earlier.
Yeah, a little bit. It's cool.
I mean,
it's
expanding.
Yeah, it's totally. Yeah, it has grown a lot, and it's so supportive. Everyone we've met there has been so open and willing to kind of nurture us. You know, just talk to us and stuff. So it's been really cool. It's a good city for us, I think.
And you've been out of Atlanta and on the road. You were on Letterman recently.
Yes.
But still unsigned.
Still unsigned.
Right.
Yeah.
By choice, I imagine.
Yes, partially.
Usually a conscious choice when you're on Letterman and unsigned. And you've managed to get some great tours so far. Tell us about who you've been on the road with and who you want to be. This is your chance to make your wish.
Okay. Well, our first opening gig was like 3.5 years ago when we opened for Sarah McLachlan when she played in Atlanta, which was really cool. But we went on our first tour outside of kind of the Southeast region probably last summer, and we did it by ourselves, not really opening for anybody, and we just kind of hit some really cool venues and some kind of divey places, which was also cool in its own respect. But I guess we went on our first tour of kind of like the East Coast and up to, the West Coast. I need to practice geography, but with a chick named Lindsay Sterling, who's kind of like a internet phenomenon type violin girl, which was really cool. And then we just toured with a band called Company of Thieves through kind of Middle America.
Do you guys end up collaborating, writing songs together or anything?
We didn't really know. I mean, with Company of Thieves, I think we definitely had a relationship where we were really open with them, and they were really cool and nice to us, which was awesome. So, but yeah, hopefully getting to collaborate with people in the future, I think would be sweet.
Who are you excited to see at South by?
Well, we talked about this a little bit, but I mean, like I said, we're really big Tegan and Sarah fans. We just saw Alt J in Atlanta, and we're like really big fans of them too. So we are maybe gonna hit up their show here. And there's a bunch of cool people.
We need to get you in if there's any kind of 21 issue, right?
I know, it's difficult. We have X's on our hands right now for this. So.
What does that mean?
No drinking.
No drinking.
Yeah. I don't know if we could pass off for 21 anyways.
I'm
but.
just kidding. I'm totally kidding. Mom. Okay, so let's talk about songwriting.
Okay.
A few minutes
Let's
we
do
have
it.
left. I'm just gauging how much time I'm guessing. So you two write together?
We do.
We do all of the writing for the songs, and Annika does all the lyrics, so she's the poet.
Wow. And now what are you up to, Petra?
Well, I usually just come up with my parts after they've done it, and I help embellish it, I guess.
Is that how the dynamic can work? Is it everybody has at least their chance at making their own part?
Yeah, and even if they're not, like there for the very start of the song, I think they always give their opinions and they're pretty open with them. So, and I think hopefully we're pretty receptive to their feedback. So it's definitely an open working relationship, which is, I think, good.
And then in terms of school, you're taking advantage of online education, and the mighty internet.
Yeah, cyber school.
Yep, which is working really well. So now we can tour, and do school in the van, which is an experience.
Petra, are you learning from your sisters? Is it kind of everybody teaches everybody like Little House on the Prairie, but on wheels or something?
Not really. I mean, I have teachers for every subject, and
organized.
I have the same curriculum as normal public school.
Okay.
So.
But you have to answer to these teachers?
Yes. Yeah, it's pretty structured actually. So it's all good.
And is there music education too? Are you taking classes in voice or anything like that, or are you pretty much just learning by doing?
We take vocal lessons, and Catherine she takes classical cello still, and I still take classical violin lessons. But then other than that, we pretty much do it on our own.
Okay, so we started at 5, and here we are now. And where are we? When did this dream come into existence? Like, when did you first realize, you know what, we should start a band? Like, and maybe we can tour. And
we went to India actually for like 3 months. I guess it was almost 4 years ago. And we were in India playing classical music, and we met some Indian musicians who played like Eric Clapton cover tunes and stuff.
Wow.
So we were over there, and they kind of introduced us to playing that kind of music. And so we came back. So I guess it's probably, like I said, almost 4 years ago that we decided that maybe we could incorporate our instrumentation into genres other than classical music. And it's been kind of a slow creative evolution ever since then with a bunch of different genre.
When you say that type of music, do you mean like sitars and like
Not
Sufi
quite,
music?
no. They were playing like Western music, just it happened to be in India when we got
It's amazing
introduced
that you went to India to discover rock and roll.
I know.
That's
weird,
classic. And then I guess last question, how do you resolve conflict? So you write collaboratively, you generally, I asked if you guys agreed all the time, and you sort of shot that down first thing this morning.
Sure. I mean, we definitely have fights when we're spending a lot of time in the car, but when we go on stage, we usually just kind of forget about that, and we just perform, and then everything else just kind of happens in the hotel room, in the bathroom, when we're getting ready or whatever. So.
It is one of the most intimate things you can do, isn't it?
It
A live
is.
Absolutely.
performance.
Yeah.
It's kind of, what does it feel like? Is it like getting on a magic carpet ride or something?
Yeah, it's cool. You get a rush, I think, definitely. It's like a natural high, I think. But we've done it so many times that like we have no nerves anymore, which helps a lot. So it allows us to kind of just enjoy ourselves rather than being stiff or, frightened, which is
I
good.
think I read something that you said about sort of perfectly imperfect, or that's how I refer to it. I love Super 8 film because I love that it has this organic nature to it. Tell me about that. Tell me about, there's so many people striving for that clean, perfect sound. It doesn't sound like that's on your agenda.
Not really, no. I mean, we want everything to sound good, but we definitely want to keep that kind of organic, raw feel to what we do, just because it's where we're coming from is so personal, and we've been trained extensively on certain instruments, but then other things we've kind of taught ourselves to do. So I think keeping that element in what we're doing while still sounding somewhat polished and refined, and like we're able to, play our instruments or whatever, but keeping that raw edge, I think, is something that we're into.
And I overheard you have a record out, and you're going into the studio soon.
Yes.
The next one.
Yeah, we're looking forward to recording some new songs, which will be fun.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for joining us at Pace Sennheiser today. This is Vaughn Gray. Everybody, keep an eye out for these 4. They're on a serious, mission. They're bringing their sound to you soon.
Yeah, totally.
Thanks.
Thanks.